This simple trick is going to help you kick self-doubt to the curb and increase your success and your performance in just a matter of days. So what ends up happening is we create a habit of talking to ourselves in a very negative way and treating ourselves very negatively. The fastest way to burn out in life is to just keep beating yourself down and beating yourself down and beating yourself down. You will have a tremendous amount of more energy and drive if you treat yourself with some love. You're gonna have endless amount of inspiration, focus, clarity. Things are just gonna make more sense to you faster because you're treating yourself with love. This simple trick is gonna help you kick self-doubt to the curb and increase your success and your performance in just a matter of days. So I coach a lot of people in real estate and I speak at events. And it's crazy when I talk to a lot of people what the biggest thing holding them back is. If you find yourself lacking energy, motivation, feeling stuck, feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a lot of times what's actually causing this is the way you speak to yourself. Now, what do I mean how you speak to yourself in your head? As high performers, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, a lot of us don't have the best, I guess, techniques on how we talk to ourselves. We think a good way to inspire and motivate ourselves is to kick our ass, right? Is to not give us any wins, not give us any chances of like, hey, you're doing great. Because God forbid we lose that edge. God forbid we lose that fire that's lit under our ass on why we want to succeed. So what ends up happening is we create a habit of talking to ourselves in a very negative way and treating ourselves very negatively. Now, don't get me wrong. I did this for years. So it's not, like, oh, it didn't work for you. It did. But what it also did for me is it wore me out. It's one of those things that the fastest way to burn out in life is to just keep beating yourself down and beating yourself down and beating yourself down. It gets to a point where even your body's like, what the hell's the point? You lose inspiration, you lose motivation, you lose that drive to want to get up and just crush the day. Because why even bother if anything that you do, you're going to end up putting yourself down for? So, you have a conversation with a seller and maybe, you screwed up a few things or it didn't go as planned and you get off the phone and you're like, "Man, I suck at this." What's your brain going to do? What's your body going to do? It's like, "Got it. We suck at this." Right? It doesn't lift you up. I don't know anybody that's like, "John, I suck at this. I'm so excited." Like usually when you say I suck at something, you kind of put your head down. And you get a little sad, you slump, you drop your shoulders, you're not excited about it because you suck at it, right? Stop doing this shit to yourself. Promise you, promise you, you will have a tremendous amount of more energy and drive if you treat yourself with some love. You're going to have endless amount of inspiration, focus, clarity. Things are just going to make more sense to you faster because you're treating yourself with love. Things are not going to feel as complicated, overwhelming, stressed out as they have been because you're treating yourself with love and empathy and compassion. You understand? And now I get it. For those of you that are high performers, like you think that this is some soft shit that's not going to move the needle. No, I need that fire, John. I need to treat myself like shit. I promise you, it only works for so long. But what I've found is when I'm able to talk to myself with love, with care, and just really lift myself up, I actually have more energy. I get more shit done than I used to before because I'm not operating from a place of, I'm terrible. I suck at this. Everything I do is bad. Now I'm operating from a place of like, man, I got this. I'm excited to see what else I can do. You understand? Like you show up to an appointment and maybe you don't lock it up. You don't get it on the contract. It wasn't the right appointment. And you say, man, I really screwed this up or all these things are not working. How about, hey, you showed up, you got the appointment, right? There's a lot of people that don't get appointments. They don't know how to get appointments. They can be on the phone all day long, but they never set up appointments. You set up the appointment. You got that appointment. You spoke to these people. You understand? You had the courage to get out and do that. Those are all wins. Now you can ask yourself, all right, cool. I got out there, crushed it. How can I do better next time? How could I ask better questions? How can I improve this? I had a student that we were talking about. I'm big on systems, right? Everything I teach you is how to implement systems and processes that you can replicate and automate in order for you to scale. It's not like, hey, I got to do this myself at all time. And it's kind of like, let's hope for the best. It's all systems and structure. So he's like, even with my ringy dink system, I was able to get, I'm like, no, 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 no. What are you doing? No, no, I get it. No, no, you don't get it. Because if you got it, you wouldn't be saying it. You understand? The fact that you even said it, you think it. And if you think it, you feel it. And if you're feeling it, that's what you have. You have a rinky dink system. I'm using that word a lot because it was the first time I heard it and I thought it was funny. But if you think that your system is trash, your system is trash. Can't you also think that, hey, I have a great system, but there's room for improvement? I can make it even better. Why not? But if you even downplay your systems, if you downplay everything you do, if you downplay every action you take, it gets to a point where, guys, this shit gets exhausting. It gets very tiring. You never win. We used to do it. I went as far as, like, even when we closed deals, I never celebrated them. We would close deals and I'm like, of course we closed a deal. That was the point. What am I celebrating? That I did what I said I was going to do? No, that's what I was going to do. What happened? There was never any excitement in this business. It didn't matter what I did. I kept making more money, and I was more and more miserable. And guess what? Ever since I made that shift and I got happier, I make even more money. But now I work less because all of what I do just doesn't feel so agonizing. Doesn't feel like I'm just fucking up at everything in life. You understand? Like I go at everything with so much love and passion because I keep myself at that level. I'm always talking love to myself. I'm always congratulating myself. I focus on gratitude. I focus on all the things I'm doing great. Even when I begin to say something negative, I'm like, nope, let's flip that. Let's flip that. Because if you're going to think it or say it anyway, say it in a positive way, because all that's going to do is lift you up. Anything you say or think in a negative way, all it's going to do is keep you down. It doesn't serve you. Now, saying things in a positive way serves you. That's how you build. That's how you can grow, how you'll have endless energy, motivation, abundance, clarity. You're just ready to rock every single day because you feel so full of everything. You're full of life. But when all you do is treat yourself with just disrespect and putting yourself down, this is the one thing that made the biggest shift for me. For anybody that's out there that's a father or a mother, my coach once said, he's like, would you speak to your son that way? Instantly, man, like the amount of guilt that came over me was tremendous. I'm like, no, hell no. I will never speak to my son that way. So why treat yourself that way? Where's the benefit? Well, it keeps the edge. No. I'm telling you, no. I don't care what you say. Comment below. Let me know that I'm wrong. I promise you, I'm not. Talking to yourself that way does not keep the edge going. It doesn't. It wears you the hell out. It wears out your body. Negative words, negative self-talk has a toll on your body. It will take a toll on your body. And it did for me. I got my health issues got worse. I wasn't making as much money as I could have. I was working a lot harder than I needed to. And ever since I shifted that, my health has gotten better. I make more money with less work. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much easier life has gotten. And I'm actually living much happier than I was before. Before, I couldn't drive without having panic attacks. It was insane. I was in a constant state of stress. I remember doing a cortisol test with the doctor because they were testing my cortisol levels. and I see the graph that starts up high and it goes down lower. And I was like, all right, it looks like it's kind of, balanced. It looks kind of average. She's like, oh, yeah, that's where it should be. She's like, your line is up here and it goes straight across. I was like, oh, what does that mean? She's like, you're in a constant state of stress. She's like, you're not letting your body relax. I was like, huh, that's why I have all these health issues. It's not good, guys. Bursts of stress and stuff like that, they kind of help the body for athletes, a lot of those things, even survival. But keeping yourself at that constant state of stress, treating yourself like crap, talking to yourself like crap consistently, it doesn't build or create anything useful in your life. All it does is, with time, wears you the hell down. So if you're enjoying these trainings and all the mindset work that we're doing, you have to check out the Mastermind. The Mastermind, we go so much deeper. In order to see if this Mastermind is anything that makes sense for you, I put together a free strategy session just for you. Just go to joinpwm.com and you can schedule a free strategy session with me where we'll dissect your business and we'll make sure if the Mastermind is a good fit for you or not. So go to joinpwm.com and schedule a free strategy call today. So start talking to yourself with love. You understand? Anything negative you say or think, I want you to catch yourself. That's why the first video that I did on mindset was on awareness. You're becoming more and more aware about what you say and how you think and what you do. So as you're being more aware of all these things, when you catch yourself saying negative things, thinking negative things, I want you to stop and rewire that. Stop and rewire that. And it's going to be work, right? Because it took you this long to wire those thoughts. Now you're going to have to rewire that. But it's not as much work as you think. A solid few days or a week of rewiring those same thought patterns, all of a sudden you catch yourself much quicker, and it even feels weird when you try to be negative to yourself. You understand? Like, it doesn't feel normal like it used to. It feels weird. And that's what we want. We want it to feel weird because that is not the norm. The norm is we talk to ourselves with love, with empathy, with care, and you're going to see, I promise you, I promise you, you're only going to become more successful. This is not going to bring down your lifestyle, your life, or anything. You're just going to be more grateful, happier, and therefore you're going to be a lot more successful in life. So if you take anything away from this, please, 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 please make sure you are checking the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat others, the way you think, everything, and switch everything to a more positive light. You understand? Anything you do, even if you close a deal and you're like, shit, I only made $5,000. Hey, how about, dude, I made $5,000. Let's go. I'm making more next time for damn sure, but I love these $5,000. Right? Because if you're like, oh man, I only made $5,000, this really sucks. How much drive and energy are you going to have to go out and crush another deal? Not much. You're going to feel like crap. You're not going to be happy or proud. You don't operate the same way. So take this, use it, much like every other call, every other training that I've done on mindset. These are tactical things that you can implement every single day in your life to make your life better, happier, and so much more successful. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.